What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And here's a video I've been meaning to make for a while, because if you follow me on social media, if you watch my videos here, you may know that I've been doing the same thing over the last 6 months that I've done my entire life. I have pushed relentless positivity here on the channel. I have done everything I can to overcome and distract myself from all of the negative feelings and negative emotions that I've been having. And I haven't really shared as much of those as I can, and for a few good reasons. Firstly, I feel like a broken record. All I have to talk about right now is the weight loss and my divorce, the weight loss and the divorce, the weight loss and divorce. And Lord knows I upload a video about it once a week. And when I do, I try to put the breakthroughs in. I try to talk about the positive stuff. I like to talk about the recovery. It doesn't really seem like I should talk about this negative stuff over and over and over again. So that's one of the reasons I keep it off social media. Secondly, there's a group of people that follow me that are always afraid that I'm playing the victim when I talk about the negative stuff. They're always afraid that I'm trying to evoke empathy and sympathy. And certainly I like all the empathy and sympathy that I can get. I'm a human being and we all do want that stuff. But I talk about this stuff because sometimes it's therapeutic for me to talk about it. Sometimes when I talk about it, it can help you guys. And so that's the primary purpose of this video. I want to be self-indulgent and I want to talk about this stuff. And I want you guys to be able to relate to it and hopefully see your own issues in my issues, and then maybe we can solve those issues together. So the first thing I want to share is the frustration with the weight loss, because I know people think I look amazing and you look great and you're doing so much better, and I agree with all of that. The problem is I've been plateaued for about 2.5 months right at 370 pounds. And the scale isn't budging. And this seems to be very, very common with my, my recovery group. We talk about this kind of thing, but it's something that's very, very frustrating because I'm only 70 pounds away from the big goal I set for myself, which is 300 pounds. And I know that's still a morbidly obese fat ass. I get that, but I would be just happy to be back under 300 pounds, which is what I weighed in like 4th grade. I would just be glad to be back to that. My doctor is telling me that I've got about 8 months left of opportunity here before the surgery is really done working its magic and helping me here before I'm just back to doing it all with discipline. And losing 8 pounds a month, 10 pounds a month seems like a very, very reasonable thing in that 8 months of time. And we just started physical therapy so that I can finally start exercising to build muscle, to raise my BMR, so that I'm also burning calories in the day with a little bit of exercise. We're finally turning corners. It's still so frustrating. And I know from the outside looking in, it has been a wonderful success story, and it has been a wonderful success story to some extent for me as well. But it's also been a very, very frustrating one. I am very, very frustrated all of the time because I'm so tired of being fat. I'm so tired of being broken. I'm so tired of having a busted back and busted knees. I just want to be through that part of my life. And I know that's going to take a lot more work and a lot more time, but I need that. I need that today. I really need that today, The way that I cope with that is by looking back 8 months ago when I was stuck in a wheelchair, when I could barely move, when I could barely take care of myself, and I was in a miserable situation. And now I look at the difference between 8 months ago and 8 months today, and then I look forward 8 months ahead, and I know when I look back 8 months from now, it'll be a completely different experience. Maybe I will get that back surgery. Maybe I will finally build these muscles. Maybe I will finally get out of pain. I definitely will lose some more of that weight. We'll get the skin surgery, maybe the back surgery. Maybe I will get to run that 4K with Casey Neistat. I'm hoping all of these things happen, and I'm counting on it, and I'm just looking at that horizon and fighting for it. But on some days, that's really, really tough to do. Which leads me to everybody's favorite topic, which is my divorce. And I still always want to be very careful about what I say here, because at the end of the day, the divorce was a positive thing for both me and her. I'm happier. I feel less pressure. I feel less anxiety. I'm able to focus exclusively on me and everything that I need and to do the things that I need. And my ex-wife seems to be happier too. So I think in the end, it's a good thing. It was just a lot of pain and a lot of frustration and a lot of worry that was just very, very poorly timed. Just a couple of months after the surgery, this was supposed to be the best year of my life. And what sucks is it still is. It really is. It's just there's the ghost of that haunting it, and it kind of taints everything I do. I think the best part of my divorce is I still talk to my ex-wife every couple of days, sometimes every day. We're still very friendly. We share aspects of our lives. We share dog pictures. We play words with friends together. We talk about how we're recovering and how we're doing. And like, that's a very, very beautiful thing. And I'm so grateful to have that in my life. But there is still a lot of pain there. There's still a lot of like frustration and misery and sometimes a little bit of anger, which is not something I like feeling ever, because I don't feel I'm very good at feeling anger, due to my family history. And I bury those feelings for the most part. I talk about it in therapy when I do see my therapist, but I haven't talked to my therapist in a while. And it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just, my brain is kind of in a situation where it's just chaos all the time. It's just chaos. I mean, I really am feeling like this emotional stew in my brain all the time of positive feelings, negative feelings, numbness, frustration, and anger. At one moment I'm in jubilation because I'm in a hotel in New York meeting some of my favorite creators and hugging Casey Neistat. But then I'm thinking, man, if only it had worked with my ex-wife. I wish she was here. I wish she was in New York with me. I wish we were doing these cool things. Or I'm loving on my dog and I'm enjoying my pet. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder if he misses Des. I wonder if this is something that he wished, hadn't happened. How do I fix this? How do I fix any of this? And there is no fixing any of it. It's just a matter of therapy and time and exposure and just getting over it, It's true for him. It's true for me. It's true for everything. And so all of these wonderful things are happening to me with the weight loss. And I feel like I can walk 2 miles, but then I get back to my room and I'm in incredible pain afterwards. And I'm like, oh, I hate being in pain. But I have to do it, but I can't do it. But it's so great to do it. And I'm so great. In a lot of ways I'm recovering, but in a lot of ways I'm a bigger mess than I've ever been, because I'm doing all of this new stuff and I don't know how to do this stuff and I don't know how to do it, and I'm doing it alone, and it sucks. It sucks, but it's also great. And that's hard. That's really hard. And I think the hardest thing is to realize that it's probably better that I'm doing this alone, even though my heart tells me that's what I want. Logically, I know that this is the first time in my life to truly be independent, to truly learn how to take care of myself, to truly be self-sufficient. And if I don't do it, I'll never do it. So it's right. It's probably for the best, but really hard to tell your heart that. It really is. And this video is not meant to be a poor pity me video, because no, poor pity Boogie from 20 years ago. Poor pity Boogie back when he was on disability, back when he was homeless, back when he was living with an abusive mother. Pity that guy. Don't pity this guy. This guy is living the best life that he's ever led. And I don't want to change that. I don't want to take away from that. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I'm mentally healthier than I've ever been. My opportunities are bigger and better than they've ever been. This is a really good life, and I'm really grateful to be where I am. But I just also want to make sure that I'm not being disingenuous to you by talking about this on social media. And I know if you follow me on social media, my tweets can be dichotomous, maybe almost appearing to be bipolar, because at one moment I'm lamenting the things that I'm lamenting and loving the things that I love, but that's always been me. There's always been a dichotomy to me where I can feel love and hatred at the same time. I can be happy and angry at the same time. I can be anxious, but still willing to walk right into a crowd at the same time. And that's what you're seeing on social media. And I don't want you to think that I'm perfect, because I'm far from it. And if it ever seems like I'm rubbing in somebody's face or rubbing it into your face that I'm doing so great or doing so well, know that that's me telling myself to focus on the positive rather than the negative. And when I talk about this negative stuff, it's me making the mistake of focusing on the negative, but hopefully just long enough to work on it, to fix it, to get it right, But at the end of the day, I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do any of this, and I've got a lot of people helping, and I'm so grateful for it, but even with their help, I am just as lost and confused as I've ever been, because this is all brand new territory for me, whether it's the mental stuff, the emotional stuff, the physical stuff. I've never been this physically fit in my lifetime. I've never been this mentally fit in my lifetime. I've never had these opportunities in my lifetime. I don't know how to be responsible with it. I don't know how to get it right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stumbling through it just the same way we all stumble through life. There is no such thing as an adult, by the way. For the kids watching, there is no such thing as an adult. You never really, truly figure out what you're doing. It's just always your best guess. But trust yourself, because most of the time your best guess is the good one. It's the right one. But I really feel like I've been trying to walk this tightrope between self-care and giving on the internet and doing the best thing that I can for myself, while also doing the best thing for you and the best thing for my ex-wife and the best thing for the people around me that believe in me. And I've been trying to walk this very tight line where I share just enough to keep you guys aware of what's going on and interested, and maybe to help you. That's always the goal, is to try to help you by sharing. But sometimes I feel like I don't share enough, and sometimes I feel like I share too much. But this video is an effort to try to strike that balance and share just enough to let you know really where my brain is at and where my heart is at, in the hopes that it helps. And I hope that it does. So, I don't know. I'm going to go self-care for a while. Take care of myself. Thanks for letting me make this very self-indulgent video. And for those of you who hate this kind of content, I understand why. But thanks for bearing with it. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon. I really hope this helps. It helped me.